You've all heard a little discussions about cryptocurrency. I'm going to close by discussing that. We've seen, I know that you've all been on phone calls with Ali to talk about the Bitcoin and some of the other ones. I know that it's an important future. I feel that way. Currency is defined in a lot of ways. When we were early people, if I had a barrel of corn and you had some chickens, that was our currency. We would exchange, right? And then eventually the currency became some rocks. Y'all call it gold, but what is gold really? It's just some rocks. Diamonds are some rocks, silver some rocks. But we began to psychologically put a value on it. It was a mindset that took place. Then they made coins out of it. Then they turned the coins to paper, fiat paper, and credit cards, and other ways to move money, but it's all being moved with numbers, ones and zeros. Well, the future of cryptocurrency basically is the same thing, only it's the advance and it's global, and it'll be the type of currency that won't fluctuate based on one or the other. In other words, the dollar may go up or down, or the euro may go up or down, but a coin will go up and down. And remember, it's not a coin in the true sense of the word coin. It's really it's a numbers in your wallet, and your wallet is your phone. How many know a little bit about Bitcoins? You've heard of it, right? Okay, great. And how many of you understand the blockchain and how that works? A few of you. Okay, well, the blockchain is that which controls all the transactions or monitors the transactions of your cryptocurrency. I'm not an expert, but I'll say it in simple terms. Think of a ledger, and every transaction that takes place is written in the ledger, whether it comes in or goes out. Will you follow me so far? Yeah. Well, a blockchain is that same data being stacked, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miners and other computer folks around the world are monitoring each and every one of those transactions. So if you buy a building or you build one, it'll have the name of the owner, it'll have the name of the architect and the contract, and so on and so forth. If somebody tried to hack it and pull out any one of those components of the ledger, all the others that already have a copy will immediately fill it back up in the original sense. So now you have this thing called the blockchain, which is going to control all the data of almost every transaction in the world. Now, this is going to stretch your mind. You remember when we had carbon paper to make copies? And then we got used to a copy machine. And then we got used to faxes, a fax machine. Now think about what you were thinking when you went from a fax machine to something that they call the internet. You were like, what do I need to do? I have to understand codes? What is that? But it migrated into our culture, and now we wouldn't know what to do without it. My projection or vision is that at some point, blockchain will replace the internet as we know it. And now the eyes get glossy, and I understand why. But my encouragement to you would be, go to YouTube, let some TED Talk type folks talk to you about blockchain, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and recognize that what I learned first really about the Bitcoin, it was at $800, and that was in January. By March, it had exceeded the value of an ounce of gold, over $1,200. And if you were to go to Siri or something and ask, well, what's today's value, it's going to show somewhere between $2,500 and $2,700 since March. And what is it? It is a question of scarcity, desire on a global basis of people who believe in it and will use it. Now, in the case of the Bitcoin and all the other coins that eventually will surface, you'll be able to use that coin for Amazon.com. I've even seen it where you can use your phone, which is your wallet, and be able to pull out enough money out of that system to buy a Subway sandwich. So we're going to see all of these different ways to use currency. And we're going to have to get our minds around what is currency in the future. So as we talked about earlier, new money. I think that's really what was in the wisdom of Ali when he was trying to say, well, what is really new money? I think new money is creating it. And they used to say money don't grow on trees. Well, I'm not sure about that anymore. It may grow on a crypto tree, in order for it to be what it is. So I decided that what I was going to do, and I've been meeting with my guys on this, is to create the Action Coin, which is a coin that will be targeting black folks. So we have the entry level, and then we'll let the scarcity drive it up. But we'll be in first on that. As we pull it together, you know, I don't want anybody to invest in it who can't afford to lose that which you invest. I will compare it to a share of General Motors stock. If I had one share of General Motors stock, what do I have? They don't issue certificates anymore. Your broker has a number. That's all it is. And those numbers, exchange numbers, and then people pick up money on all of your exchanges, including the banks. All the banks, when you have any kind of transaction, you go down the line and there's people picking up a little piece here and there. Well, we're gonna own the company that'll pick up the transactions, but they'll be a lot smaller and they'll be more direct and they'll be faster, and we'll be able to control our own destiny and have more money in our pockets, or in our wallets, as we'll call it. That's how we're taking the future. And that's what I'm planning to establish. The Action Coin comes from my book, The Actionaire. And if you go to www.actionaires.com, you'll be able to sign up. Now, we're going to have an initial coin offering, which is similar to an IPO, but it's not, it doesn't have the same impact in that it doesn't have the same restrictions. It's unrestricted, in fact. So again, you know, what we would have is a fiduciary responsibility. Once you buy in, you'll get what's called tokens. And once we finish building out the protocol and all the backbone for the operation and the flow, those tokens will become coin. Now remember, it's not a real coin like we think the word coin, but it's ones and zeros inside of your phone. And then someday you'll have a little code. So when you walk up to a hotel like this, you just put your phone next to their receiver. It'll extract the amount of money that's necessary for your room, and you'll be off and running. So I'm going to conclude because this is a long day for everybody, and